Today I'd like to talk about a real important issue, an issue that certainly every horse owner is concerned about, and that's deworming your horses. You know, in my opinion, I think we're not really doing the best for our horses the way we deworm them today. We basically have a situation where we're deworming when maybe they don't need to be dewormed. You know, I don't know many people today that don't deworm every 2 months, every 3 months, at least twice a year. But you know what? What if your horse didn't have worms and you still gave them those chemicals? Is that not an unnecessary use of chemicals? As a natural vet, I actually think it is. And I want to propose something a little bit different. And it's not just coming from me. This is a proposal that's actually been made by a lot of leading parasitologists around the country. And that's that instead of just indiscriminately deworming, we take a little look at a different way of doing it, and that is checking your horse for worms before you use the chemicals. Actually do fecal exams. You know, I don't think all horses have worms. I think as they get older, many horses are actually resistant to worms. You know, we do a lot of parasite exams in our practice, and that's what I've found. Not all horses have worms, and I think the misconception is that we think they all have them, so we just deworm them and deworm them and deworm them. But the truth is they're all exposed to worms, but they don't all have them. But you know, we're probably all being exposed to influenza today, but we're probably not going to go home and take an antibiotic just because. But that's what we're doing with our horses. We're deworming just because. So if we did fecal exams and checked them and only treated them if they needed it, then I think we would be doing our horses a great service, and we'd also be doing our environment a great service, because we're not creating parasites that are resistant to chemicals. And that's a major issue today. Here in the Southeast, we have resistant parasites, parasites that nothing works for. Strongyles, for instance. Very few chemicals are working for strongyles today. Pinworms down in Florida, I know, is a tremendous problem. And that, in my opinion, is because we've overused these dewormers. So without a doubt, the key is to check your horses on a regular basis for parasites, treat them if they need them, and then I want to offer one more solution, and that's a little more natural approach to treating them if they need it. We've been able to look at a lot of different herbs to use for deworming, or at least to help prevent parasites. And we've been able to put some pretty good products together, and there's some products on the market that can do a fantastic job deworming. So I hope you'll take a look at that approach. I hope you'll consider deworming less, and deworming especially only when